Welcome to another episode of Trucker Talk. Been a little minute. We've had some events, and we'll get into that later on. I'm gonna start out today with the safety tip. Fatigue is a silent killer. If your eyes are heavy, your reaction time is gone. Pull over, stretch, take a power nap. I'm the king of power naps. Deliver late is better than not delivering at all.
That's awesome. And another good safety tip: this is the season, cold weather, flu weather, all these other viruses we got going on. If you share in a vehicle with someone, sanitize it before and after you leave.
Yes, that's
Keep,
that's
Try to keep yourself as safe as you possibly can.
yes, and that's a fact, man. Because as you know, me when I'm swapping seats with different
Yes,
drivers,
yes.
they might think I'm crazy, but I carry a Lysol. I got
Got a
my
pressure washer.
hand, I got my Lysol. I got my hand sanitizer. I got my bleach wipes. I'll wipe it down. I'm
Oh,
spraying,
no,
and
that's
it's got to
good.
be the mind.
No, that's just being conscious of yourself, not
Yes.
selfishness, but yourself.
Ooh, don't get me
Because
started.
once you get it, you don't know what a person may have something they don't know really have the flu with the way I was fine last week, but you ain't fine today, so you sick and who else have you been around? There you go. The domino effect.
Dropping
Anyway,
nuggets already. We need to
I
get
know it.
started.
I know it. I'm already started, ain't we? How y'all doing?
Oh man, I hope everybody's having a good day. We're gonna hit this so the recap for the last time we talked, it's been a minute, been a couple of weeks. Um we was talking about narcissists. So they need constant validation, they lack empathy, they manipulate to maintain control. Accountability is their enemy. They rewrite history.
Mhm.
That's dangerous. And they fear losing control.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk about selfishness. There's a difference between being selfish and finally choosing yourself for once. So, what is the definition of selfishness? Concern excessively with, or concern excessively or exclusively with oneself, arising from concern with one's own welfare or advantage in disregard of others.
Mm.
So the the misconcept that choosing yourself is wrong. So we're going to talk about how society shames people, especially men, for
Yeah.
protecting
Yeah.
their peace, which that's an important thing.
Yeah. Because I saw something today. Is I don't know where I saw it at, but it's like ladies. I think it's on one of her posts or one of wherever she said. That why are so many men single? And it kind of goes back to that. You single for a reason. You don't want to be. You're thinking of self first, and that's not selfishness. First, what would you say it was? Putting yourself first.
Uh, Putting yourself first. So it's
Yeah,
called
yeah,
self courage. It's
so,
basically self
yeah,
courage.
yeah. So it's not that they single because they don't have a choice. They single because they don't want to have other choices from other people.
Well, that too,
Yeah.
and um, I seen you mentioned that. I seen a post somebody, but they kind of worded it different. They
Hmm.
post it was something about why are people. No, it says why are and they somebody corrected them real quick. They said why are attractive people single, but then
Ooh.
somebody jumped in there and they was like attractive people are single and unattractive people are
Yes.
single. So because can't go both ways because it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so and I don't want to get this would be a whole nother
Yeah.
podcast. So about why individuals are single and the world's different. The game is different. But going back into selfishness.
Yeah.
So healthy selfishness. Um, this is healthy. So you're prioritizing your mental health. And we're gonna go back. You setting boundaries,
Yep.
you say no without guilt. So choosing environments that don't drain you. I've been doing that a lot here lately.
Mm.
So, how self respect sometimes looks selfish to others. So, sometimes selfish is just a word people use when they can't control you anymore.
Yes, yes. It's that umbrella catch-all phrase. Well, you just selfish. Yeah, I know.
Well, it's like when you set those boundaries and stuff, because I've had people, that I've set boundaries with, and it's like they get.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Yeah.
We gonna continue. Hey, it's gonna keep coming up, man. But you set those boundaries, man, and they just be like, because they have that control. And
Yep.
and I had and just like I was on my way, I went to meet a friend for dinner last night, and me and my son Malachi, we had this conversation, and I was just talking to him about how, and we talked about expectations. We had a conversation, and I was just trying to, from my point of view, I said one thing I've been working on is like I used to try to think what other people are thinking or worrying about. I wonder if I pissed this person off. And I told him, I said, sometimes I said, I'm at a point where I've been working on myself and I spend some time alone where I don't have like, and when I told him, I said, I laughed at him. I said, because I said, when you was younger and I was learning how to, just as a father, I said, I would have expectations for you, and that's just normal as a parent.
Right.
And I said, I used to get a little upset with you because I'd be like, well, man, you should do this. You should know that. When I didn't communicate that, I communicated other things with him, but I still had these expectations that I wanted him to live by. And when he didn't do it, I was just like, and I would be hurt. And it's like, so now we're older and we're having this conversation. I said, I don't have that for you anymore. So, and I can say this. So this is real. So I got baptized 2 weeks ago. And so where this conversation comes to, because he made a comment that he was kind of felt bad for not making it. And I said, you don't need to feel bad. I said, when I sent invites or, when I, let people know about it, I said, I had no expectations for anybody. It wasn't like if you showed up or you didn't show up. I wasn't mad. I didn't take it personal, but he just kind of felt like and I said, just always remember what I told you. I said, if you tell somebody something, I said, I'm around people that give me their word and they stick with their word. So if you tell somebody your word, I said, tell them something, you need to stick with your word.
Yeah, your word is all you got.
I said, that is all you got. So I said, as far as you feeling some type of way, I said, I wouldn't worry about it. I said, just don't, I said, I had no expectations for people,
Yeah. And then, like I say, so we even had this conversation before, and I told you how, text people earlier. I said, because, we start on time. We don't start 5 minutes later. You got to be there on time.
Right.
But I think he just, my opinion, I think he just wanted to be there to show that extra support, for what, the reason he couldn't be there was that reason. But probably that's why he felt a little bit guilty about it. They said, man, I wish I'd been there, to show you support and love at the same time. But you understood.
I understood. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember we've had this conversation too. He, you understand more. He expects, well, you expect more, but he expects himself to give more to you because of the conversation y'all have had as he's gotten older as well.
Right. It's that growing and just, and like I told him, it's me learning and unlearning things or behaviors or just certain ways. I was setting ways when it comes to certain things, but now I'm more open-minded.
Yeah, you had those expectations as well. That was, and we've talked about this. We talk pretty much every day anyway. But we had these conversations all the time about these things, and we all grow. We change our behaviors because get out of the thing of this. It ain't all about me, me, me.
Right.
How am I going to benefit? Or this ain't what I had planned. So sometimes our plans don't fall in line with what we have. It fall in line with what that other person has as well. We just kind of got to bend a little to make it work if it's to everybody's benefit.
Right. But now I was going to correct you. I was going to say some people grow, not everybody.
Well,
some individuals grow, not everybody grow because
stay stagnant.
I've learned that as I get older, there's people that's a whole lot older than me. They stuck in their ways, man.
Yeah, and they're probably not going to change.
They're not going to change because they don't change their perspective.
Yes.
Their perspective,
one point view,
and their perspective, and I can't think of the word. But they just don't change their perspective on things, and they're set in their ways, and so they're not open. They don't have an open mind, so they just like, this is my way or the highway, and this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. I was saying, you're right.
But I look for, like, as I'm getting older, I sent a video out the other day. I was talking about I'm looking for people, a good quality of people, like people that are open-minded people that, I mean, they have a drive in life, but they're positive. You know, they're
Yeah.
positive and they're good for you. Not just negative. You call the same people and it's the same old
Oh my
negative
goodness.
stuff, man. I
Yeah.
can't deal with
Here
it.
we
I'm
go.
at a point. I'm
Wait, it drains you. It
It
and it
does.
demotivates you to a point as you're trying to be positive. Like, man, I can listen to you, but you singing the same song and you're not changing the thing, but you want something to change, and nothing changes until something changes.
Until you make that change,
Yeah.
yeah. I avoid people anymore. I hate to say that. I
No,
do.
but again, it's
I'm
respecting your
protected.
boundaries. You know, you're protecting yourself. That's kind of where I am. Is also, it's like some people I used to reach out to. It's like, this is not even worth it anymore. I've reached out. My arms are tired. It's being extended out. It's like it's draining me too much to deal with. So I don't apologize for what I don't reach out to. I said, well, I'll reach out to you when I can, and this is as far as I'm going to reach. I'm done with it.
Right, right. That's completely understandable though, because we living in them times now. So
Mm,
unhealthy selfishness, that's taken without giving, lack of empathy, only showing up when it benefits you, expecting loyalty but not providing it, avoiding accountability. Say it again, avoiding accountability. That's
mm, mm,
And so we'll tie it into how do you recognize this in relationships, family, friendships, in the workplace? Um, well, I've experienced it in all
mm.
in all of them, man. But I'm gonna touch more. I go to the workplace. I'm gonna go to the workplace.
Well, give a little bit of everything,
Okay. Okay,
just a little bit,
relationships.
just a
So
tad.
unhealthy selfishness in relationships. Like, um, I'm just saying from what I'm. That's a touchy one, man.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
It
gonna
is.
let you go.
I tell you what, go to relationships. Do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So the
workplaces
unhealthy.
could be a little different sometimes.
Well, one person can have a point of view, and I had a situation where my timeline and other person's timeline was not on the same timeline, and it can be a me. Um, but me, I'm the type of person when it comes to relationships. Like I'm at a point when I meet somebody and say I'm into them, I want to get to know you. I'm talking about on all kinds of levels, like
Hmm.
spiritually, emotionally, mentally, like what are your morals and your principles and all that. And so the issue, like I said, I keep going back to this, that I have is when I meet individuals, we're on two different pages, man. And so it can be unhealthy when well, it's unhealthy when you're not on the same page and
Yeah,
one person is, I say, poking the bear. You know,
yeah,
you're getting poked, and so that's my example as far as the whole unhealthy. Because I can go into other things, but I'm gonna just stick with that
yeah.
as
That'll be
far as
fine. That'll be good.
that. I don't want to get into the other things, but just I'll stick with that one. So, but as far as family, there again, some family you may have expectations, and I think, see, my family, we're different because we're big, we got a big family,
Right.
and what I realize is with us six siblings, we are all different.
Mhm.
Like we're all different from night and day. And so I remember coming up, well, not coming up, but in my late 20s, you know, everybody they're living their life, they got kids, they get married. And because I hung around certain individuals, they got different lifestyles. And it's like you try to compare, you look at your friends,
Mm.
you look at people's families, you try to compare them to your family, but you're like I said, my family, we're just everybody's family is different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I had this conversation with a friend of mine, a doctor friend of mine, the other day, and his family is more. They're I guess I don't want to say big professional family, but they do like the traditional holidays. So like for Christmas, they pick a gift and they do this and that,
Mm.
and he was just telling me how it ain't what it used to be because when you grow up into that, you're used to that.
Expectations.
People have expectations. So, as far as family wise, my family, I used to have expectations when it comes to certain things,
Yeah.
but as we've gotten older, it's different. And even though my father, he's gone, I think when it comes to my mom, I think my mom is kind of what's the proper word? She's more laid back now, I guess.
Living in the moment kind of thing.
Living in the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
And so with the family, as far as the I don't think there's not really selfishness because like I said, we're all just different,
Yeah.
man. So coming up, I looked at it from a different point of view, and I probably had my expectations, and I did have my expectations. So I say all that to say that I had my expectations. I used to get in my feelings,
And that's
but I don't.
selfishness, yeah. But
That was selfishness. I
that's
mean,
all. That's kind of like I think we all have to that point. We have those expectations,
right?
and we all are show selfishness at some point because we all want things our way sometimes, and
Yeah,
we see well if we got something in mind, it's like well I want it to work this way, I want it to be this way, I want it to be this way. But like we've talked about before, you got to sometimes put your wants aside, and then what about everybody else's wants? What about everybody else's feelings as well? And that all makes a difference, which makes the family dynamic to me makes it even better because as we grow older, we all got different things, and we all have different things that we do differently.
yeah. As we get older, yes, we do because like, your lifestyle. As your kids depend on your family dynamic. As they get older, your lifestyle it does
Hmm.
changes. So it really does. So you got to be careful with that.
And it's challenging because
Very challenging.
you still got those old expectations. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh man, I thought we was gonna do this. Well, you thought, but what
yeah.
about the 15 other people? What do they think?
Got to communicate that to the rest of
Ooh,
them.
communication.
So and that's a strong word, but so in friendships, unhealthy selfishness. I've witnessed, with some friendships, it can be a one sided thing. Like you can give, and you do that, person or individual, and you really don't expect or ask in return. But then it's one of those things they say turnabout is fair play, and
Score.
I've had some friendships where it was, I thought we was, and I guess it's one of those things you grew up together, you was cool, blah blah blah. But as you get older, those friendships, depending on the individual,
Yeah.
as far as their mental health and or their state of being or their mental, as far as their state of mind
Yeah.
and how they view things, they may either keep those friendships or just cut them off.
Right. Right.
But I'm at a point. I'm just it's dead weight to me. So,
Go. Let it go.
and as far as workplace unselfishness, I gotta get this off my chest, man. All the companies I work for, man, and you may or may not, you don't have to agree with me, but I've always wondered why, and I call this selfish. It's selfish, but you got employees that perform. You got the ones that's in the middle. Then you got the ones that you wonder why do they keep them? Why do they keep them on? Well, I guess they're a body, they're a breathing body. Because at the end of the day, they don't carry their weight, but they keep them on payroll. So me
That's a tough one.
personally, and you can call them lazy, and me personally, I don't care for lazy people. I don't like lazy people. I don't like people. I can say this on the
Well,
podcast.
yeah,
I don't.
you said
I
it now.
just don't like. I don't care for laziness. Like if you lazy, I just don't want to be around nobody lazy. And so, as far as in the workplace, I think that's selfish. That's selfish for you to be lazy, and they don't. I know they don't do nothing about it, but they keep you on payroll.
They just suffering. 'Cause I'm trying to figure out how can I rebound on that. It's like unless they meet all the qualifications and expectations of this company, they are bound. There's no reason for them not to be. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for them to be fired. Well, we can't fire you because you're lazy. Because there's probably there's a ethics conduct
There
some
is.
kind of
It's
book.
a
They
long,
got
probably a
that.
long
Yeah.
list.
So you can't. Well, you were lazy, man. We got to let you go. But you know,
It's unhealthy, though.
yeah, it is.
It's
It is.
unhealthy,
I
man,
know.
because I've been in from Coca-Cola to Cisco. I done seen it at all the companies. I'm sitting there, I'm busting my butt. I'm thinking,
Yeah. You
and me and
working
you had this
twice as hard.
conversation.
Yep.
I'll never forget. I had North Carolina, I had the casino. I had 14. I ain't gonna say Tim's last name, but I had 15 stops. I'm complaining. Well,
Yeah.
I'm venting now. I had 15 stops. I had 14 stops in North Carolina. My last stop was a nursing home off of Broadway, right by the McDonald's. I told I had a conversation with my supervisor. I was like, that don't make no sense. I said, out of all the trucks you got in Knoxville, you mean to tell me you could not put one?
I've been through that myself. It's like, am I the only one working today? Yeah.
I said, I know I'm not that good,
But what did I tell you? The more you do, the expectations are more you can get done.
man,
Ones that don't
I had to learn the hard
yeah,
way.
you did. I will tell you that every time. I say, well, you keep running, they just gonna give you more road to run on.
He told me that Coca-Cola when I had them 19 stops. I ain't gonna say Roy's that. I had 19 stops and running up from Broadway to Maynardville,
Yep.
all that.
But you did it though. Out of
I
anger,
know.
you did it. You did it out of anger. You say, I'm gonna show them.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad that I'm older now, and I ain't running like that. My running days are over with. So they over with. So person reflection says share a moment from your life, from I guess life, business, fatherhood, healing journey. So you had to choose yourself. You realized you were pouring from an empty cup. You learned the difference between selfish and self-preserving. So do you think of a time
That's a good one. That is a
you had
good
to
one.
choose yourself? Um,
You know what? I can't think of anything offhand because my life has kind of been the same. You know, I had some hills and valleys just like everybody else, but pretty much I've done the same behaviors the whole entire time. They've gotten better. Some have gotten worse, and some have gotten as I gotten older. You know, things you realize these are unhealthy things to do. So can't think of anything in particular that I realized. Ah, I really can't think. I think offhand. That's crazy.
well, me, for my example, and I always I go back to last year, when I started going to church and all that, like I was at a point in my life where the I ain't gonna say my behaviors, but I was staying busy.
Yeah.
So staying busy and just doing things for people, and that's what kind of that was like my fulfillment, being busy, staying busy. And so you can get to a point when you do those things, yeah, they're fulfilling, they're good, but over a period of time, it would overwhelm me.
Yeah.
And when I started, going to therapy and all that, I was like, you know what? I gotta, as far as my mental health, my physical health, because I let all that go. Because I'm sitting here just staying busy, and
Fulfillment. Yeah.
I'm just on the scene doing this, doing that,
Fill in the void.
just showing. What they say, you just showing up. You're always on. You're showing up. So that was a point in my time where I can say that I started choosing myself, and like even now, I talk about this. We got bids coming up tomorrow. I'm excited about it because, like I said, and somebody one of y'all might watch this. I'm gonna end up with what I'm gonna end up with, but I'm gonna take that time to plan my gym schedule around it,
Yeah.
save my money, keep working, and um, I'm blessed and grateful to get the opportunity to take what I'm gonna get because this time last year I'll never forget.
That was a rough.
I was getting a phone call from my last boss, hey, I'm gonna sound from my last company that I got laid off back
Yep.
in May that we was getting bought out. And so at the time I was having surgery. This was December 1st tomorrow. I was having surgery, like hernia surgery.
Yeah.
And I miscalculated my money. So I had a credit card. And I remember I had friends that reached out. They said, hey, you need anything? I'm the type of person, unless I'm in the well, I was in the negatives, but unless I'm broke, I ain't gonna take no help, But I had people that offered me money and stuff like that, but I was still good. But this time last year, I had a credit card I ran up, and which I paid it off But the point I'm saying is the position I'm in now compared to last year is night and day, man. So I think about that sometimes, and like people say, you never know, man. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know what situation you're gonna be in. I'm in a whole lot better position now than I was a year ago.
That's good.
Grateful for that, man.
That's the thing, man. And to be grateful and to recognize, what was and then what is. That's gratitude. So it's good, and it could still be going on, but it wasn't. So it's much better place.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that. So, takeaways for today. So the 3 questions before saying yes. So the boundary check, the energy audit, who drains you versus who pours into you, and then the permission to protect their peace. So protecting your peace isn't selfish; it's survival. So, anything else you want?
I like that. Say that again. Say that again.
Protecting your peace isn't selfish; it's survival.
People think it's selfish.
They do, but selfish people think it's selfish though.
My word. There you go.
So there you go. But if you can give any suggestions or anything, like, share, and subscribe, to the page. Me and George, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And there again, we just convert back and forth, have conversations, and he give his opinions, I give my opinions.
They're all just opinions,
Just opinions,
and sometimes we agree and sometimes we may not agree, but that's good.
Right. Well, like I said, we got two different, you definitely got two different point of views. So, but we appreciate you all listening. And as always, man, thank you for your time, my brother.
I appreciate
Good to see you, my brother. And y'all have a good day. Have a good week.
It's the drip from Mr. Strozar.